Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Bayern Munich in the Champions League group stage at the Allianz Arena. So I'm going to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, Andre Onana. I think he's had a pretty decent start to the season. He's made some good saves. Man United, of course, got him from Ajax. Obviously, the other goalkeeper we've got is Tom Heaton. He's obviously injured at the moment. Right back, I'm going to go with Diego Dalot. You got to say, he's our first choice right back. Wan-Bissaka could possibly start. Because I think he's just recently recovered from injury. Of course, came off the bench in the 3-1 defeat to Brighton. But I think it will be Dalot at right back. Centre-back partnership, Victor Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez. Varane is unavailable through injury. As for Martinez, he's had a very poor start to the season. I thought last season he did very well on his debut. Obviously, the other centre-halves we've got Harry Maguire. Obviously, he will not start. Obviously, he isn't first choice. We want to get Maguire out of the club. Hopefully, in the next transfer window. Obviously, of course, we got Johnny Evans. He's in his second spell, by the way, at Man United. I don't know why we brought him back. He's too old now. But in Johnny Evans' first spell at Man United, he enjoyed like 7 years at the club. Man United did get him from Leicester, by the way. By the way, in the Arsenal-Man United game at the Emirates when it was 3-1, I think, was it in the final 20 minutes, we had Harry Maguire and Evans in our back line. But yeah, so the two centre-halves, Victor Lindelof and Lisandro Martinez. Left back, I'm going to go with Sergio Reguilon. I think he was quite impressive in the 3-1 defeat to Brighton. Man United, of course, have got him on loan from Tottenham. It has to be Reguilon at left back because obviously Luke Shaw's unavailable through injury and Terrell Malaysia is also out. Now, the two defensive midfielders, I'm going to go with Scott McTominay and Casemiro. I don't think Casemiro's had a very good start to the season. I thought last season he did very well. I'm hoping he can rejuvenate himself at some point. He's still a good player, even though he hasn't been too good so far this season. Man United did get him from Real Madrid for around, 70 million. The attacking midfielder, I'm actually going to go with Christian Eriksen. Obviously you can put Bruno Fernandes in that number 10, but I'm going to say Eriksen will go in the number 10. Obviously Van der Beek could be an option at number 10 as well, but obviously he isn't first choice. On the right wing, I'll go with Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, Anthony, he's unavailable. He's got a ban, hasn't he? Due to off-pitch matters. Same thing with Jadon Sancho. So Bruno Fernandes on the right wing. On the left wing, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. Rashford, he's had his bad spells at United. He's had his good spells. To be fair, scored a very good goal in the 3-1 defeat to Arsenal. Rashford, he has been part of the club for a long time, hasn't he? Risen up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7. Broke into our senior squad back in 2016. Rashford can play up top, but a lot of the time he seems to play on the left, or he can play on the right. And up top, I am going to go with Rasmus Højlund. Højlund hasn't really settled in yet. He's had, one or two injuries since he became a United player, like I mentioned on my previous video. Man United got Højlund from Atalanta for around 64 million. So that's how I think Man United could line up against Bayern Munich. I did read up, by the way, Man United could be without, 11 players for this game against Bayern Munich. This is a must-win game for Man United, by the way. Like I said, we've enjoyed a very bad start to the season. We've only picked up 6 points in our first 5 league games. Beat Wolves on the opening day 1-0. Shouldn't have won that because, like I mentioned, Wolves should have had a penalty at the end. The Forest game, what we won, we were 2-0 down, had to come from 2 goals down to win 3-2. Then obviously we lost to Tottenham away 2-0. We lost away to Arsenal 3-1. And we lost at home to Brighton 3-1. But reflecting on this very bad start we've had to the season, Ten Hag is under pressure, and Ten Hag has admitted this. And he received criticism from quite a lot of Man United fans during that 3-1 defeat to Brighton. And now it's saying the next 5 games are crucial for Erik Ten Hag. Obviously, after the game against Bayern Munich, we are away to Burnley. My perceptions are now starting to change on Ten Hag, like I mentioned on my last video. Because last season, I did praise him. I was saying like he is the right manager for Man United. He's tactically inept and stuff like that. And I thought last season Ten Hag did well. He really, really did. He won us the Carabao Cup. That was his first trophy since 2017. He got us to the FA Cup semi-final. Got us in that top 4 that he needed to do. So last season he exceeded expectations. And in certain games, now, his tactics are questionable. You've got to definitely say Man United are now out of the title race. The way things are going at the moment, I can't even see us getting qualification for the Champions League. And there's no excuses. Ten Hag has brought a lot of players into the club since he became Man United manager. He brought Mason Mount in during the summer. I think he's out of injury at the moment. Maybe he'll play some part in the game against Bayern Munich tomorrow. We got him from Chelsea, by the way. Like I mentioned, we overpaid for him. He brought Sofyan Amrabat in from Fiorentina on loan. He's been out with injury. Obviously, he brought Onana in from Ajax. He brought Rasmus Højlund in from Atalanta. Sergio Reguilon. Obviously, of course, brought Johnny Evans in on a free. They're the players he brought in during the summer. He's had a few transfer windows now, Ten Hag at Man United. Don't get me wrong, you can say he's still inheriting some deadwood. He's got rid of a lot of players, Ten Hag, as well, like I mentioned. He got rid of Ansi Elanga, he's now at Forest. Got rid of Fred. Buys at Besiktas now. De Gea. obviously left as a free agent. As far as I'm aware, he's still a free agent. Greenwood's now out on loan at Getafe. Obviously, he couldn't play for Man United again with the allegations that were made against him. Brandon Williams, I think, is out on loan with Ipswich. So they are some of the players that Ten Hag has got rid of. Ten Hag's been the United manager now for 15, 16 months? He got appointed in as the Man United manager back in June last year. And he is under contract with the club until 2025. Ten Hag is not just to blame, though, for the poor performances. The players have to take some responsibility as well. Obviously, things are going on off the pitch as well. Obviously, the Glazers are still at Man United. The owners of the club, hopefully they will be gone by the end of the season, because they've received a lot of criticism for so many years now. The Glazers have owned the club for around, 17, 18 years now. Obviously, there was a lot of narratives coming out last season saying that they were open to selling the club. They were asking for £5 or £6 million. Man United had quite a few buyers that were interested, such as Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Saudi Arabians and stuff. But I don't know what's going on with Man United. We seem to have collapsed since Sir Alex Ferguson left the club back in 2013. And I don't see us ever being the same team as we was under Ferguson. I think the only way we can come back is if Ferguson was to come back to the club, but he obviously can't now because he's too old. But anyway, this game against Bayern Munich, we've got to win. Like I said, Bayern Munich are a very dominant force. The second in the Bundesliga at the moment. They drew their last game to Bayer Leverkusen 2-2. Bayern Munich have got some players missing. Yeah, but the players they've got the likes of Serge Gnabry, who's good. Of course, they brought Harry Kane in from Tottenham. Bayern Munich got him for around, 102 million. Thomas Muller. They got Leon Goretzka, Kingsley Coman. I think could he be missing this game tomorrow, I've been hearing. Matthias de Ligt, former Juventus and Ajax player. Dayot Upamecano, former RB Leipzig and Red Bull Salzburg player. Leroy Sané, of course, Bayern Munich got him from Man City. Joshua Kimmich. Man United at one point were, tentatively linked with him. So they are quite a few of the players Bayern Munich have got. They've let players go as well. They lost Ryan Gravenberch to Liverpool. Liverpool got him for a reasonable fee as well. They paid just around 34 million. I thought it was worth more than the 34 million that Liverpool paid for him. They lost Sabitzer. Sabitzer's at Dortmund now. Obviously, last season he was out on loan with Man United. They lost Sadio Mane. Bayern Munich did initially get him from Liverpool a while ago. Obviously, Robert Lewandowski left Bayern Munich. So there are quite a few of the players that Bayern Munich have lost. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel is the Bayern Munich manager. Good manager. Got a lot of respect for him. Tuchel's been the Munich manager for around 6 months. Got appointed in as the Munich manager back in March 2023, which was earlier on this year, by the way. Tuchel's got a good pedigree behind him, won trophies. Before Munich, managed Chelsea, won trophies with them. One of the trophies he won at Chelsea was the Champions League. So he's obviously proven in the Premier League because managing the Premier League before. So he'll have an idea about Man United and stuff. He managed PSG, won trophies with them, managed Dortmund, won trophies with them, and he began his managerial career at Mainz 05. You know, the last time Man United played Bayern Munich in the Champions League was almost a decade ago. Now, it was back in 2014. Of course, Man United got knocked out. Over the two legs, it was 4-1 aggregate. Bayern Munich won 3-1 at the Allianz Arena. Of course, it was a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. The last time Man United won the Champions League was back in 2008, which was around 15 years ago now. Man United have won the Champions League 3 times. But like I said, you know, if this poor run of form does continue by Man United, Ten Hag will be gone by Christmas. And then that means he will be the 5th permanent manager to be sacked since Sir Alex Ferguson. Because Man United have already sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. And at one point, don't forget, Man United were not known as a sacking club. But we've been in transition for so many years now. And nothing's changing at Man United. You know, we bring new players in, nothing changes. We bring new managers in, nothing changes. So I don't know what's going on. It's just the team are not playing as a team. They're playing as individuals, like Gary Neville mentioned a while ago now. But something needs to change. It really, really does. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless.